Dear beloved seniors, aunts, and uncles, warm greetings to you all. Welcome back to the Move Well After 60 channel, a space where we share insights to help each day be filled with joy, peace, and fulfillment. Today, we're diving into a topic that's incredibly familiar, yet a silent struggle for many of us in our golden years. How do you gently guide yourself back to sleep after unexpectedly waking up in the dead of night? Have you ever experienced this? You're in a deep, peaceful sleep, and suddenly, your eyes pop open at 2 or 3 a.m. Your mind is wide awake, buzzing with thoughts, from past memories and worries about the grandkids to concerns about your health and finances. The harder you try to close your eyes, the more restless and exhausted you become. The next morning, instead of waking up refreshed, you feel sluggish, anxious, and disheartened. For younger folks, a sleepless night might just mean a few extra yawns. But for us, a fractured night's sleep can lead to a week of fatigue, erratic blood pressure, and even diminish our zest for life. Today's video isn't just about dry theories. It's a journey back to the most fundamental aspects of ourselves, our breath, our thoughts, and our inner stillness. We'll walk through steps to help your body rediscover peaceful sleep, even after being roused in the middle of the night. If you've spent many nights tossing and turning, getting up for water, checking the clock, and sighing, please stay with us until the very end. Because just one of the 3 secrets we're about to share could truly transform the quality of your sleep, and by extension, the quality of your life in your senior years. Before we delve into the specific techniques, let's understand why we, as seniors, tend to wake up during the night. Understanding the root causes can help you feel calmer, avoid unnecessary anxiety, and find effective ways to cope. Sleep changes with age. My dear friends, there's a common misconception many seniors fall into, thinking, I must be getting old, that's why I can't sleep, or I must have a serious illness. But in reality, science shows that waking up during the night isn't necessarily a sign of disease. It's a natural part of the aging process. Our sleep patterns at 60 or 70 aren't the same as they were in our youth. They undergo distinct changes, and if we don't understand them, we can end up worrying needlessly. A good night's sleep typically cycles through 4 to 6 periods, each lasting about 90 minutes. Within each cycle, our bodies move through stages of light sleep, deep sleep, and REM sleep when we dream. Deep sleep is a most crucial stage, vital for memory consolidation, energy restoration, and overall physical well-being. However, after age 60, the time we spend in deep sleep significantly decreases. Instead, we tend to spend more time in lighter sleep stages. This means even a small sound, a dog barking, a fan whirring, or a minor environmental change, like a drop in room temperature or the urge to use the restroom, can be enough to rouse us. Imagine our sleep as a thin blanket. When we were young, that blanket was thick and warm, muffling all sounds and disturbances. But as we age, the blanket becomes thinner, more easily shifted, causing us to wake up over very minor things. Body temperature and sleep. Another factor few people consider is the change in our body temperature. According to research from the American Sleep Association, our body temperature usually reaches its lowest point around 1 to 2 a.m. This often coincides with the time many seniors wake up. For older adults, our ability to regulate body temperature isn't as efficient as it once was. When our temperature drops too much, our body automatically wakes us up to prevent us from getting too cold, especially for those whose blood vessels constrict more rapidly. This explains why you might be sleeping soundly, but suddenly feel a chill and wake up. For instance, Ms. Nancy, a viewer of Move Well After 60, once shared, I often wake up at 2 a.m., feeling cold and shivering, even with a blanket on. After learning about body temperature, she started wearing thin socks to bed and placed a warm water bottle at her feet. Since then, she wakes up much less often. You might find this tip helpful, especially on chilly nights. The role of melatonin. Another significant reason is the decline of the hormone melatonin, our sleep's gatekeeper. Our bodies produce melatonin in the evening to help us feel drowsy and fall asleep. But as we age, our bodies produce less melatonin, making it harder to fall asleep and to stay asleep consistently. The result is that even if you go to bed at a reasonable hour, your chances of waking up in the middle of the night remain quite high. To boost your natural melatonin, you can try simple habits like avoiding blue light from phones or TVs for at least an hour before bed, or eating a few cherries in the evening, as they contain natural melatonin. However, if you're considering melatonin supplements, it's always best to consult your doctor to ensure they're safe for you. Psychology and emotions. Beyond biological changes, our psychological and emotional states also play a significant role in disrupting sleep. A study at Hanoi Medical University showed that over 40% of seniors living alone frequently wake up 2 to 3 times a night, with many waking at 2 a.m. and unable to fall back asleep. The reason isn't just physical. It's often rooted in quiet emotions, feelings of emptiness, worries about health or finances, or even old memories. Mr. Tim, another viewer, once told us, "I live alone, and every night I wake up around 3 a.m., thinking about my kids, about old stories. The more I think, the more awake my mind becomes, and I lie there until morning, utterly exhausted." Stories like Mr. Tam's are far from rare. Anxiety, loneliness, or feelings of emptiness can make your mind race, even when your body desperately craves rest. Don't overworry. So, what does all this mean, my friends? It means that waking up in the middle of the night isn't anyone's fault. It's a combination of many factors: biological changes, body temperature, hormones, and even our psychological state. The most important thing is to understand this correctly, without fear, without blaming yourself. When you understand the nature of it, you'll be calmer and better equipped to find ways to cope. And that's exactly what the next 3 secrets will help you do. 4 common mistakes that keep seniors awake. My dear friends, sometimes it's the smallest, seemingly harmless habits that secretly keep you tossing and turning all night. These habits might have been with us for decades, becoming natural reflexes. But as we age and our health isn't what it once was, these very reflexes can turn against us and disrupt our sleep. Here are 4 of the most common mistakes you should try to avoid. 1. Checking the clock immediately after waking up. Have you noticed this, folks? When you wake up in the middle of the night, the first thing many of us do is turn to look at the clock. Whether a wall clock, an analog clock, or your phone, as soon as your eyes catch the numbers, 2:45 a.m. or 3:30 a.m., your brain instantly kicks into gear. Oh dear, it's only 3 a.m., still so long until morning. I'll be tired again tomorrow. Another sleepless night. These thoughts, even subconscious ones, are enough to shift your brain into an alert state instead of relaxing back into sleep. Sleep specialists strongly advise against checking the time at night. This action stimulates your mind, raises your heart rate, and triggers a cascade of endless worries. To avoid this mistake, you can place your clock where it's not easily visible. For example, if you use your phone, set it to night mode or face it down to block out the light. 2. Reaching for your phone. Back in the day, before phones, if we woke up at night, we'd usually just lie still, close our eyes, and try to fall back asleep. But now, with just a light tap, the whole world appears on our screens. The blue light from your phone, even in night mode, suppresses melatonin production, signaling to your body that it's time to wake up. What's more dangerous is that scrolling through your phone, even just reading a few messages or looking at a social media post, is enough to stimulate your brain, sparking a rush of emotions: joy, sadness, anxiety, and frustration. And just like that, sleep, already as fragile as mist in our senior years, vanishes without a trace. Ms. Ha, a viewer of our channel, once shared, "Before, every time I woke up, I grabbed my phone to check messages from my kids or grandkids. But the more I looked, the more awake I became. Sometimes I'd lie there until morning. Ever since I started leaving my phone in the living room, I fall back asleep much more easily." You might try this tip. Keep your phone away from your bed or turn it off at night to avoid temptation. 3. Getting out of bed when not necessary. Many people think, since I'm awake, I might as well use the restroom, or I'll get up, get some water, turn on the light, and walk around a bit. But these very actions increase your heart rate and fully awaken your body, especially if you don't truly need to use the restroom. Getting out of bed becomes counterproductive. Your body, which was in a relaxed state, is suddenly pulled into activity, making it much harder to return to sleep. Unless it's absolutely necessary, try to stay still in bed, keeping your body in a resting state. If you do need to use the restroom, do everything slowly and gently. Avoid bright lights or moving too quickly. A small tip: you can keep a small bottle of water by your bed to avoid having to get up if you feel thirsty. 4. Turning on bright lights. Strong light, especially bright white light from fluorescent bulbs, overhead lights, or bathroom lights, can disrupt melatonin production and interfere with the sleep-regulating center in your brain. A glaring light in the middle of the night can trick your body into thinking it's morning, making it even harder to fall back asleep. Instead, you should use a night light with a soft orange or red glow, placed low to the ground. This type of light is just enough to guide your way without stimulating your brain. For example, Mr. David, a viewer, shared, "I bought a small night light with a red glow to put by my bed. Since using it, I can go to the bathroom at night and still fall back asleep easily." Secret 1. The 4-7-8 breathing technique, your golden key to relaxation. My dear friends, among the thousands of sleep improvement methods available today, there's one technique highly regarded by experts worldwide for its simplicity, effectiveness, and safety: the 4-7-8 breathing technique. This method requires no medication or special equipment, yet it can calm your mind, lower your heart rate, and bring your body back to a state of stillness, ready for deep sleep. The breath, a bridge between body and mind. We all know that our breath acts as a bridge between our body and our mind. When we're anxious, our breath tends to be short and shallow. When we're relaxed, our breath becomes slow, steady, and deeper. By controlling your breath, you can directly influence your brain and nervous system, guiding yourself out of an alert, tense state and back to a peaceful, serene one. The 4-7-8 breathing technique was developed by Dr. Andrew Weil, a renowned expert at Harvard University, based on the natural mechanism of the parasympathetic nervous system, the system responsible for relaxation and recovery. This method has been widely researched and applied globally, especially for those who struggle to fall back asleep after waking up. How to practice the 4-7-8 breathing technique. Practicing this technique is incredibly simple. You can do it right in bed without any special tools. Just follow these steps. Preparation. Lie comfortably in bed, close your eyes, and relax your body. Gently place the tip of your tongue against the ridge of tissue just behind your upper front teeth. This position helps regulate your breath and creates a natural reflex in your mouth. Inhale. Breathe in deeply through your nose for 4 seconds. Count silently in your head. 1, 2, 3, 4. Hold. Hold your breath for 7 seconds. Count silently. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Exhale. Exhale slowly through your mouth for 8 seconds, making a soft whoosh sound. Count silently. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Repeat. Complete this cycle 4 times consecutively. Each cycle takes about 19 seconds in total, and 4 cycles take less than 80 seconds. After completing 4 cycles, you'll likely feel a noticeable shift. Your heart rate will slow, the stream of thoughts will quiet down, and your eyelids will naturally feel heavy. If you're still not sleepy, you can rest for a moment and then repeat another 4 cycles. Why is this technique so effective? The 4-7-8 breathing technique impacts 4 core elements of sleep, making it a golden key for seniors. Lowers heart rate. By holding your breath for 7 seconds, your body enters an energy-saving state, causing your heart rate to slow down. A heart rate below 60 beats per minute is an ideal condition for your brain to signal the onset of sleep. Increases blood CO2 levels. Holding your breath for 7 seconds slightly increases carbon dioxide levels, which helps dilate blood vessels and calm the central nervous system. Activates the vagus nerve. The vagus nerve extends from the brain to the abdomen and plays a crucial role in regulating mood, digestion, and deep sleep. The 4-7-8 breathing technique activates this nerve, promoting deep relaxation. Redirects thought. When you focus on counting your breaths, you temporarily step away from worries and rambling thoughts. Your mind becomes still, creating the ideal conditions for sleep to return. Research from the University of Arizona, USA, indicates that over 80% of seniors who applied the 4-7-8 breathing technique reported being able to fall back asleep within 10 minutes. This isn't a drug, but its effectiveness can be comparable to a mild sedative, with absolutely no harm to your liver, kidneys, or memory. Practice and application. For the best results, you can practice the 4-7-8 breathing technique during the day, perhaps during a midday break or in the afternoon before bedtime. This helps your body get accustomed to the new breathing rhythm, so when you apply it at night, it feels natural and effortless. For us seniors, when every medication requires caution, such a simple, safe technique is a priceless health gift. Ms. Na, one of our viewers, shared, "At first I thought, how can just breathing make me sleep? But after trying the 4-7-8 technique a few times, I felt lighter. My mind was peaceful. Some nights, I'd only done 2 cycles and was already back to sleep." I encourage all of you to try this tonight and feel the difference. Secret 2. Counting backwards from 300 by threes, distracting your mind. My dear friends, there's a wonderful saying from sleep experts: you can't sleep if your mind is as busy as a marketplace. It sounds funny, but it's incredibly true. Often, our bodies are tired, our eyes are closed, but our minds are racing nonstop, thinking about the grandkids, finances, health, or suddenly recalling something someone said years ago, or worrying about an unresolved issue. One thought leads to another, pulling you further and further away from sleep like a swirling vortex. So, how do we turn off that stream of thoughts, bring our minds back to the present, quiet the internal noise, and gently drift off to sleep? The answer is to distract your brain with a task that's both simple and boring: counting backwards from 300, subtracting 3 each time. How to practice. It might sound odd, but this is a highly effective technique used by sleep and meditation experts to calm the mind. Here's how to do it simply. Preparation. Lie still in bed, close your eyes, and relax your body in the most comfortable position. Start counting. Imagine the number 300, then subtract 3 repeatedly. 300 minus 3 is equal to 297. 297 minus 3 is equal to 294. 294 minus 3 is equal to 291. Continue. 288, 285, 282, and so on. Count slowly. With each count, breathe steadily. Silently repeat the number in your head and feel it like slow steps leading you to a quiet place. If you lose your place, if you're counting and suddenly forget where you are or your thoughts start to wander, don't get frustrated. Just smile gently. Return to the last number you remember, or start again from 300. Forgetting your place isn't a failure. It's a sign that your brain is drifting into a hazy pre-sleep state. Why is this method effective? The technique of counting backwards from 300 by threes is effective because it impacts 3 important factors. Engages your brain just enough. Our brains can only process a limited amount of information at any given time. When you ask your brain to perform a simple, repetitive calculation, it doesn't have the bandwidth to dwell on family matters, health concerns, or other worries. Creates monotony and boredom. The repetitive, slow, and steady counting process, like a lullaby, is different from emotionally stimulating thoughts. Counting backwards creates a gentle boredom that is itself a natural sedative, helping your brain wind down and feel sleepy. Breaks the cycle of rambling thoughts. Whenever you realize your mind has wandered to something else, simply and gently redirect it back to the counting. This redirection helps your mind become less chaotic and gradually more peaceful. Many move well after 60. Viewers have applied this method and shared that they often drift off to sleep before reaching 270. Some even fall asleep while still counting, without even realizing it. Mr. Hoa, a viewer, recounted, "Before I used to lie there thinking aimlessly all night. Since trying the backwards counting, after just a few dozen numbers, my eyes would feel heavy. One time, I even dreamt I was counting." Tips for effective practice. To maximize the effectiveness of this technique, keep a few points in mind. Don't aim for perfection. The goal isn't to accurately reach 0, but to keep your mind gently focused, as if guiding it along a quiet path. Combine with breathing. You can combine backward counting with the 4-7-8 breathing technique you learned earlier. For instance, complete 4 breathing cycles to relax your body. Then begin counting backward to soothe your mind. This combination creates a perfect duo to help you fall back asleep more easily. Maintain a relaxed attitude. If you forget a number or make a mistake, just smile and continue. Being forgiving with yourself is also a key factor in promoting relaxation. My dear friends, the backward counting from 300 by threes is a simple yet powerful tool to help you clear away noisy thoughts and bring your mind back to a state of peace. Just a few minutes of practice can transform those restless nights into gentle, tranquil ones. Secret 3. Deep rest, not sleep. A miraculous recovery solution. My dear friends, during those long, restless nights, there's a common anguish many seniors have experienced. The feeling of helplessness when you lie there forever, and sleep just won't return. The more you try to force yourself to sleep, the wider your eyes open, the faster your heart beats, your body tenses up, sweat beads on your skin, and your mind spins like a tangled ball of yarn. The next morning, you wake up exhausted, drained, and perhaps even anxious about your health. But perhaps what we truly need isn't to force ourselves to sleep at all costs, but to learn how to shift into a state of deep rest without actual sleep, a place where the mind is calm, the body is relaxed, and there's no pressure to fall asleep. In modern medicine, this state is called restful wakefulness, a particularly effective self-recovery mechanism for older adults. What is deep rest, not sleep? It might sound contradictory. How can it be rest if you're not sleeping? But in reality, this is a state where your body and mind are completely relaxed, even if your brain remains awake. When you lie still, close your eyes, breathe steadily, and relax, your internal organs, like your heart, liver, lungs, and kidneys, are still able to rest and regenerate energy. Even your central nervous system calms down, your blood pressure drops, your heart rate slows, and stress hormones like cortisol gradually decrease. A study from the Stanford University Sleep Medicine Center in the U.S. showed that every 60 minutes of deep rest in darkness, undisturbed, is equivalent to approximately 20 to 25 minutes of actual sleep in terms of physical recovery. This means that even if you can't fall back asleep, you're still giving your body a valuable and restorative treatment. How to achieve a state of deep rest. To practice deep rest without sleep, simply follow these steps. Accept being awake. When you wake up in the middle of the night, tell yourself, I'm awake, and that's okay. Don't try to force yourself to sleep, because the pressure to sleep is often the biggest disruptor. Lie still, close your eyes. Keep your body in the most comfortable position. Close your eyes to reduce stimulation from light or your surroundings. Breathe slowly and steadily. Inhale and exhale slowly. Focus on the sensation of your breath moving through your nose, chest, and abdomen. You can count your breaths if you wish, e.g., inhale for 4 seconds, exhale for 6 seconds. Relax your body. Imagine your body like a soft blanket, relaxing from your forehead, eyes, jaw, shoulders, chest, abdomen, down to your feet. If you feel tension anywhere, gently breathe into that area to relax it. Let thoughts pass. If any thoughts arise, don't hold on to them or resist them. Visualize them as clouds drifting across the sky, gently disappearing. You can focus on a gentle sound, like a clock ticking, rain outside, or the rhythm of your breath. Savor the stillness. Appreciate the peace of this moment. Even without sleeping, you are gently caring for your body and mind. Benefits of deep rest, not sleep. This method offers remarkable benefits, especially for seniors. Physical recovery. As mentioned, 60 minutes of deep rest can be equivalent to 20 to 25 minutes of sleep in terms of energy regeneration. This helps reduce fatigue, improves cardiovascular health, and stabilizes blood pressure. Mind calming. Deep rest helps reduce chronic anxiety, improves short-term memory, and clears away the jumbled thoughts of the day. Boosts positive psychology. When the pressure to sleep is gone, you'll feel lighter, finding it easier to embrace your senior years with peace and acceptance, without resistance. Disease prevention. Reducing stress hormones and stabilizing heart rate helps lower the risk of cardiovascular disorders, a common issue in older adults. Ms. Min, a viewer, shared, "Before, every time I woke up and couldn't get back to sleep, I'd feel angry and worried. Since learning deep rest, I lie still, breathe gently, and feel much more comfortable. Some nights, I just drift off without even realizing it." Stories like Ms. Mai's show that sometimes gentle kindness to ourselves is the key to finding peace. Combining with other secrets. Deep rest, not sleep, can be combined with the previous two secrets to create a perfect routine. Start with 4-7-8 breathing. Complete 4 breathing cycles to relax your body and slow your heart rate. Continue with backward counting. Count backward from 300 by threes to calm your mind and interrupt racing thoughts. Shift to deep rest. If you're still not sleepy, transition into a state of deep rest, completely relaxing and enjoying the stillness. This combination helps you care for both your body and mind, transforming restless nights into gently restorative moments. Sleep will come when we stop chasing it. My dear seniors, aunts, and uncles, sleep is never a small matter, especially as we enter the years when we need quietude, peaceful nights to restore our energy, and mornings when we can wake up with light bodies and tranquil spirits. I hope that through today's video, you found at least one suitable method for yourself, whether it's a slow breath, a simple counting exercise, or just a moment of lying still and smiling in the darkness. The journey to finding peaceful sleep isn't a race. It's a gentle stroll where you learn to love and care for yourself. Each night is an opportunity to listen to your body, befriend your mind, and rediscover the peace that has always been there, within each breath, each moment. If you found these insights helpful, please leave a comment below. Share which technique resonated with you most, or tell us your own tips for falling back asleep easily. Your sincere feedback helps the Move Well After 60 channel create more in-depth and practical content for future videos. And if you appreciate our channel, please click the subscribe button, hit the notification bell, and share this video with friends your age. Who knows, a small action from you might just help another person find a good night's sleep. In our upcoming videos, we'll continue to bring you familiar yet profound topics, from maintaining mental balance and foods that promote sleep to heartwarming stories about aging and compassion. We look forward to accompanying you on your long journey to live healthy, live joyfully. I wish you all a night and all subsequent nights that are gentle and serene, like the quiet mist drifting over the eaves. See you in the next video.